Hello everybody, I'm Christophe Paget. Thank you for joining the Espace News channel. I'm very much dedicated to inform you about what is happening this week in space or even space-related topics. So today we have quite the usual suspect, some launches from China and from America. We have also some updates on the two lunar landers from India and Russia, as well as an update on the Boca Chica starbase and Artemis 2 progress. Okay, so let's get on with this week update. So the week started on the 12th of August, UTC, with China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, which launched the SAR 4-1 on board of their Long March 3B from Xichang in China into geosynchronous orbit. On the 14th of August UTC, CASIC launched the Yangtong 0610 on board of their Kaizu 1A from Xichang, this time for low Earth orbit destination. On the 17th of August UTC, SpaceX has launched 22 Starlink V2 minis satellites called Shell 0610. And out of Florida, Sleek 40 on board of a Falcon 9 Block 5. And that was destined to low Earth orbit. So the first stage, as you could see here, has been ejected and went down and being reused for a 13th time, being recouped by their drone ship called Shortfall of Gravitas. Now, this was the 56th launch of the year and 255 launches in total. So this is quite an impressive numbers that they've reached. And by the way, these are basically the number of Starlink satellite in space is reaching 5,000, to be precise, 4,962. So the two lunar landers have been launched very recently. We're quite blessed by that. And the first one was launched about a month ago, on the 14th of July UTC exactly, by ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, out of Satish Dhawan Space Center in India. Now, you see on the screen the rocket being launched and the side boosters separation. So this is quite a very reliable rocket, very impressive. And you see now the onboard camera showing the two side boosters separation. Off they go, and that's the fairing, the payload fairing gone as well. And now this is the separation of the booster with the payload. Now this is quite a sophisticated device, and bear in mind this bears the number 3 because this is the third attempt that they have had over the last few years. Now this is the moon orbital insertion of the satellite Chandrayaan-3, and you can see these beautiful pictures of the moon as it passes on, and it's expected to land on the 23rd of August, okay, in the south pole of the moon. Quite an amazing sight. The lander here is that of Roscosmos, sending the Luna 25 on board of the Soyuz 2.1B out of Vostochny Cosmodrome. This is the one in the far eastern side of Russia, in the Amur region. Now, the probe has entered lunar orbit on the 16th of August, so that's about 6 days after its launch, and is expected to reach the South Pole of the Moon on the 21st of August. So we cannot talk about space without talking about SpaceX, I'm afraid. So this is activities related to update of the OLM, the orbital launch mount, but here more particularly tests of the ignition system of the booster outer engines, so that why? In fact, because a few days ago a static test was carried out, and 4 of the 33 engines did not trigger, and we believe that it's linked to that. The deluge system is a series of large horizontal water tank, and this is the very last one, we believe, to be delivered to the Boca Chica site. It's been shipped for quite hundreds of miles across the country, and it would support the long duration testing of the rocket takeoff. So it's always a big enterprise. So you could see what's on the top, what is happening without the deluge system, and at the bottom with the deluge system. So this is quite a significant improvement when you compare side by side. So I give my hat to Starship, or the team, to be working so fast and solving the issues. This is Starbase update, and they are expanding the firm buildings by demolishing the temporary buildings, and this is one tent coming off, and the one on the left will soon follow. Now, if you remember, Ship 22 was cut up in pieces, but actually the top part, nose part, was kept, and they added at the bottom a bulkhead and a sort of door. And looking at all the stickers, we see it's destined to be a mock-up for the Human Landing System, HLS. And here's a lot of high voltage system, 108 volts, you would see. It's unclear what it is for precisely, but we know that a NASA delegation came to visit Starbase about the HLS. So we can quickly jump into a conclusion. Now, the interesting news of this week as well was that particular ring. Elon Musk mentioned on Twitter that they were adding a hot ring. So the idea behind is for saving about 10% apparently of performance by starting the Starship before separation, and therefore we need something to exhaust all the gas. So this is the testing, the compression tests being carried out at the same time as they are installing this ring on the Booster 9. They don't muck about there. But the other piece of news, very interesting for us, is the danger zone in the Atlantic Ocean, or the Gulf of Mexico, to be precise. So effectively, the white and the green zone are basically the stay away zone for a launch, which was documented today to be on the 31st of August. And the next is Artemis 2. We see lots of work ongoing, advertised by NASA. So the assembly, gradual assembly of the stage 1 and the stage 0, the launch mount. They're doing a lot of checks as we see here. So that was this week in space. I hope you have enjoyed this very first episode. Keep watching the channel for more. So if you want some more, just subscribe to the Espace News channel and you will see an episode of Space News each week. So thank you again for listening. I'm Christophe Paget, bringing news to the grown-ups and space dreams to the youngest. Goodbye.